which are helping in the formation of nucleotide, that is a nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases. These are actually the nitrogen containing compounds. We have two types of the nitrogenous bases present in case of DNA and RNA. One we have is the purines, and second one we have is a pyrimidines. Now these are the two types of the nitrogenous bases which are present in case of DNA as well as in RNA. The purines we have is an adenine, which is represented in short form as A, then guanine, which is represented in short form as G. And we have the pyrimidines, like we have cytosine, that is represented by C. We have a thymine, which is represented by T. Then after we have a uracil, which is represented by U. So these are the nitrogenous bases which are present in case of DNA as well as in RNA. Now let's take what are the purines, what are the pyrimidines. Let's take first the purines. Purines are dicyclic. Purines are dicyclic nitrogen containing compounds. Dicyclic means they have two aromatic rings. They have two aromatic rings. And in case of pyrimidine, if you see, in case of pyrimidine, they are monocyclic. Monocyclic means they have single aromatic ring. They have single aromatic ring. Next point about the purines. If we take the purines, now these purines, they always form the bond, they always have a four, we can say, the nitrogen atoms present in a ring. There are four nitrogen atoms present in a ring. And the position of the nitrogen atom is 1, 3, 7 and 9 in a ring. We will see later on a structure as well. And in case of pyrimidines, they have two nitrogen atoms present in a position of 1 and 3. Present in a position of 1 and 3. So we can say in case of purines, we have a 4 nitrogen atoms present, located in a position of 1, 3, 7 and 9. In case of pyrimidines, we have a presence of 2 nitrogen atoms located at the position of 1 and 3. Now most important thing is, that is, if we take these purines, now these purines, when they combine to the deoxyribose sugar, they form the bond between the C1 of pentose sugar, and N9 of nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. That means adenine and guanine, when it gets binded to the pentose sugar, the bond is formed between C1 and N9. We'll see later on the structure. Here in case of pyrimidines, the bond is formed between, the glycosidic bond is formed between C1 of pentose sugar and N1 of nitrogenous base, that is a cytosine, thymine and uracil. Nitrogen base. So we can say the glycosidic bond here is formed between C1 and N9. Here the glycosidic bond between the nitrogenous base and a pentose sugar is formed between C1 and N9. So we have the different types of the things which are present in case of the purines. So purines we have which are dicyclic, containing 4 nitrogen atoms, located at the position of 1, 3, 7 and 9. They make the bond with the pentose sugar. The bond is between C1 of pentose sugar and N9 of the nitrogenous base. Simply in case of pyrimidine, we have a cytosine, thymine and uracil. They are monocyclic, that means they have a single aromatic ring. They contain 2 nitrogen atoms located at the position of 1 and 3. And the bond between the pentose sugar and these nitrogenous bases, that is the glycosidic bond, which is formed between C1 and N9. Let's first have the structure of all these nitrogenous bases. Then later on we will see how the nitrogenous base makes a glycosidic bond with the pentose sugar. Let's take the first one in detail. We will first take the purines. Purines are dicyclic, meaning they have 2 aromatic rings. First one we have is adenine. If I will make a structure of adenine, so adenine is like we have N. See, for instance, we have, this is a bond formed here. This is also an N. This is also N. Like this. This is the N. Then we have CH. And we have N. So this is the purine I am making here. And we have here on this position locate NH2. And here we have N. So this is a double bond structure here formed. And on this position, we have also the presence of H. Now taking this one, if we take this structure, this is the structure of the adenine. And in case of purines, one more important thing is, in case of purines, the numbering is anticlockwise. The numbering is anticlockwise. That means you can make the numbering of the aromatic ring and the position of the atoms, but the numbering should be anticlockwise. So if I am making the number, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, this is 6, this is a 7, this is 6 here, this is 7, this is 8, and this is a 9. So this compound which we have here, this is known as a adenine. You can also call it as 6-amino purine. Because at the 6th position, we have a presence of a amino group. So you can also call it as a 6-amino purine. Next one we have is a pyrimidine. If we are making again a pyrimidine, so this is having the same ring here. We have N here, then on position of this we have N. Then here we have also the N. And on this position we have a presence of NH2. And here we have a presence of double bond O, oxo group. And then we have here CH, then we have here N, we have here NH, and then we have here CH, again we have N, single bond H, then we have like this. This structure which I have formed is a purine, this is known as a guanine. Guanines, this is the structure of guanine, I am making it, and here we have a bond formed here between them. This is the bond here, and this is also the bond formation, double bond. And you can have a numbering for this. This here also is presence of H. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If you see the nitrogen atoms here, where they are located, at position number 1 we have a nitrogen. So we have the position 1 with nitrogen, and we have a position 3 with nitrogen, 3 with nitrogen. We have a 7 with nitrogen, 7 we have with nitrogen, and 9 we have with nitrogen. So this is the anticlockwise numbering of these purines. So here we can also see at position 1 we have a nitrogen, then position 3 we have a nitrogen, 7 we have a nitrogen, and at position 9 we have a nitrogen. This is also known as 2-amino 6-oxypurine. This can be also called as 2-amino 6-oxypurine, because at the position number 2 we have amino group, and at the position number 6 we have an oxo group. So we can also call it as 2-amino 6-oxypurine. So this is the structure of the purines, and this is the structure of the purine, like we have adenine and guanine. Both of the structures are dicyclic. So these are the dicyclic structures. They contain 4 nitrogen atoms in a ring. In a ring we have 4 nitrogen atoms, and they are located in a position of 1, 3, 7, and 9. So the nitrogen atoms are located in 1, 3, 7, and 9. Now tomorrow we will discuss about the pyrimidines, their structure as well.